The Lord showed me the ancient crown of pharaohs. The Lord showed me the ancient crown of pharaohs in Egypt during the time of Genesis. You know how those ancient crowns were? It is like this veil that mostly these Carmelite Reverend sisters or some Reverend sisters, something like square. Then at the head up here, there is the top of a gold designed snake or a python. Truly, or every occultism and cultism that exists on earth, that is practiced on earth, they have stemmed from Egypt. Truly, yes. Egypt is not an easy place when it comes to seeing it in the spirit, especially from the ancient times. The Lord showed me the ancient crown of pharaohs in Egypt during the time of Genesis. And all of a sudden, an ancient pharaoh king, all of a sudden, an ancient pharaoh king and emperor who existed in those times. And it is written in his book of record that he must come back in the future to complete his task and mission on earth, had his head fitted into this crown, so that he is reincarnated into Egypt as their president and king in the fullness of time. So this is just simply saying there is an in that time of Genesis, especially during that time of Moses, and maybe before the time of Moses or after the time of Moses, there's a particular king. There was a time when Egypt was the superpower nation all over the world, so their kings automatically are emperors. There was a particular emperor or king in Egypt, a pharaoh that existed then, of which it is written in his book of record that he will be reincarnated in the future to head Egypt again as a president. And let's see how this will unravel, the signs we see about this person to know that he is the reincarnated form of that being. For Christians who don't believe that reincarnation exists, Jesus said it verbatim in Matthew 11. From the time of John, the kingdom of God has suffered violence, and only violent men try to seize it, and only violent men take it by force. John never performed anything that would cause violence. It is John in the person of Elijah. Then Jesus went ahead to say, if you believe their messages, if you believe the messages of these spirit men, then you should know that the John I'm talking about is Elijah. Go to Matthew 11 and even Matthew 17. After Peter, James, John has seen it infallible clear on the mountain of transfiguration that Jesus is the Messiah, when they were coming back from the mountain, the three, they had some doubt because it is written in the book of the law, the writings of the prophet, and the psalm, maybe the psalm of the psalmist too, that Elijah has to confess to usher in the Messiah, to pronounce to them that this is the Messiah. And they asked Jesus, we now believe that you are the Messiah, but where is the Elijah who was supposed to announce you? Jesus says the Elijah had come since. That's Matthew 17, 10 to 13. Jesus said the Elijah had come since. Indeed, Elijah has to come, but this Elijah has come since you guys and others, you guys were looking at him from the flesh. You were trying to know him from the flesh. The very Elijah who came as John the Baptist, you saw him as someone who eat locusts and wild honey, living in the desert alone, wearing camel hair, fastening it with leather belt, one clothes every day. You saw him as a madman, and to the extent where you guys beheaded him. He has come, you treated him as you wanted. And that was how these people, they also treat I, the Son of God, beating me till I be sore from nervous disorder, nail me with my birthday suit on the cross, spit on my face, insult me. Let's go ahead. We are not here for teaching, we are here for prophecy now. When this leader shall come forth, he will marry a first lady or queen who shall be murdered by another woman who is also a reincarnate of the fifth, sixth, or seventh wife in the harem of this very reincarnated Pharaoh, so that they both must end up marrying each other as they did in their first existence to earth, but this time made more legal and profound, as only as the only recognized wife of this king or president. So something will unravel. This is true reincarnation. The reincarnated Pharaoh will come. He will get married to a present lady, a lady who just came in the generation in that fullness of time. But there will be another queen who existed in the time of this man in the time of Genesis, and this queen was like from year six, like fifth seat or seventh wife in the harem of this Pharaoh in that time. When this queen will reincarnate, is going to kill this first lady and take the position of that first lady, so that both the reincarnated Pharaoh and the reincarnated queen who existed in that time of Genesis millions or billions of years ago are now to sit in Egypt and rule Egypt like it was in that original time. This is very interesting, eh? But this time made more legal and profound as the only recognized wife of this king or president. As it was in the days of this king, he shall have so strenuous a divided relationship with Israel due to the kind of policies and laws he will take and tap into, use in leading his nation. For that is how his psychology, philosophy, and thinking has always resonated with his being, even in that time of Genesis. They have never existed a leader like this man who shall be rearing and keeping brood of snakes, especially vipers and cobras of all kinds, all around and about his home. And that's the sign they followed in their time. Pylons and obelisks or obelisks. And this will make even his family set some boundaries in their living in that house, which will not really be a home for them 100%. Though their interactions with the man himself we keep the although the interaction with the man himself who keep the snake shall be 100% good and excellent. So they will interact with their father, cousin, brother, but when it comes to those things that this man will be keeping, and many around the world will resonate with this when they visit him. Hmm? I'm just a prophet. I'm telling you guys what the Lord has showed me.